motherfuckers? What up, motherfucker? I should do a whole album of just bugging out, cursing, and just...
I mean, you did a song called Fuck You, Bitch.
Yeah, but that shit was fire. I'm talking about doing an album where this shit just sound bad, but try to get it off. Like, you live performers too. We have a conversation, but I'm gonna have a...
Was Fuck You, Bitch planned?
Yeah, that's my... Yeah.
You wrote it like that?
No. So funny enough, I that's how we start an episode?
Yeah, I want to know.
Oh, shit. No, it wasn't. No, actually, I didn't write that record. No, that's not true. It's not true. So, salute to my boy Remo, the hitmaker. He produced the record, and he had that part. He had that already there. And then I wrote the verses and all that other stuff. But he was saying that. And when he first brought it to me, I was like, yo, you expect me to sing "Fuck You, Bitch"? He was like, yo, I think if anybody can sing it and make it sound still like kind of cool, you can do it.
Yeah, that was fly.
And I went in the studio and
I listened to that recently, actually. It came on.
I think that's the most poetic way to just sing "Fuck You." Ooh, I might have to go back and listen to that. Yo, salute. You're now tuned into All Eyes on E. Episode 3. I have to make sure I say this because people are like, yo, you got a whole bunch of other stuff online, but why you keep saying this is episode 1? Because this is the podcast version of All Eyes on E. All that other stuff is just, that's where we getting busy in a whole nother level. But episode 3 sounds like we just started whenever I say that, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
Who cares? I don't give a fuck. How you doing, Joe? How's everything been?
We're good, man. Chilling. Almost done with Christmas shopping.
Oh, God, I don't even want to think about Christmas. Christmas is for the kids. It's for the kids. It's not for us.
Yeah, but there's a lot of kids. Y'all got to stop having kids.
Oh, but in the words of the great Bernie Mac, fuck them kids. No, I'm just joking. I'm going to be very honest with you. I'm a little tired. It's going to seem like I might not be my most energetic self. Let me give you a rundown why that's the case. Today is a Monday. I know you're not watching this on a Monday, but I went out last night, which means I went out on a Sunday. I don't typically have a problem with going out on a Sunday because usually the Monday for me is clear because I don't have to go to the Joe Budden podcast and record that day because we don't normally record on Mondays. But we just so happen to have to record today. And you would think that would say, okay, cool, you got to go to work on Monday. You should go home. Don't go out. But what do? I went out. I went out Sunday and I told myself, you know what? Go out for a little bit. I ain't going to be out too long. I went out, left the house about 5 o'clock. I said, yo, go do my thing. Go hang with my boy. Me and my boy Al, we went and got dinner. We chilled. We talked a lot of shit. And then he's like, yo, let's go to the hookah spot. All right, cool. We go to the hookah spot. I can do a little Love 66. I can do all that. Cool. We go to the hookah spot. We hang. We talk some more shit. And then he eventually is like, all right, I'm going to go home. This is like around 9 o'clock-ish. You would think I would be like, all right, perfect. I'm going to go home too. And I did say that. I did tell him that, all right, I'm going to go home too. I didn't go home. I didn't go home because on the way to go, we were in Astoria. So in order to go from Astoria to get to get to Jersey, I had to go through Manhattan. And I'm lying. I didn't have to because there was a way where I could have avoided Manhattan. But I just felt like, you know what? Just in case.
Let's pass through Harlem.
Yeah, let's just pass. No, I didn't. I skipped all that. I went over to Queensboro and ended up right on 60-something Street. And 60-something Street ain't too far from 40-something Street, where one of the spots I like to go to often is right there. So it's like, all right. And I pulled up. It was a parking spot right in front. It's like, all right, I was supposed to come here. Go there, hang out, have a good time, just chilling and run into some people I know. And then it's a young lady sitting there. and she looked like she needed somebody to talk to. I'm joking. She did, but she didn't. So we sit, we chill, we talk. 9 o'clock quickly turned into 2:14 in the morning. Yeah. So then I leave there and then I try to go, rush home so I can find a parking spot because there's never really no parking on my block. And of course, now I'm looking for parking until about 3-something in the morning. And I'm tired. I'll be very honest with y'all. I'm tired. So I'm going to try to have some energy. If you guys feel like the energy isn't up, just put in the comments, yo, nigga, go home on days that you know you need to go home earlier. Joe, you said Christmas shopping. You got all your stuff lined up?
No, I got to go back to the mall today.
Really?
Yeah. Almost done, though. Almost.
How much more stuff you got to get?
A few more things. Just that's it. The tree is looking a little light. So I said, you know what? Step it up a little bit.
Okay. Is it just for the kid or is it?
Yeah, that's it. Just kids.
Oh, okay.
That's it. This year is just kids.
We ain't got no little side pieces. We want to throw a little bone to in her.
Oh no, she getting a gift.
Side pieces.
Well, women.
We have a lot to learn about Joe. And a lot
I know what gift she's getting.
I know.
Too.
Listen. Oh, I know what you're talking about now. I had a lot of people comment that they really enjoyed these segments, and a lot of people did say that they really enjoy having Joe on the side and being able to feed in, right? But I just want y'all to know he's insane, yo. And when I first met Joe, I didn't know that he was this type of guy. I love being able to learn more about him because he just got mad.
Every week.
Yeah, we'll talk about that gift some other time, some other pod. But yeah, I got my kids out the way. Ain't nobody else getting on from me. I'm not a Christmas person. I don't expect anything. Now, if somebody want to get me something, I did. There was someone who asked me if I wanted something, and I was like, no. But I was like, if you do end up getting me something, I want it to be very simple, like cologne. Like I'll take some cologne. I don't really need anything other than that. But yeah. I'm not the Christmas guy. So, but sad enough to say, this kind of is the Christmas episode.
Yeah, this is.
Do we have like a Christmas thing? You know what? Let me spruce this up. Give me a candy cane. Let me just put something around here to make it feel like Christmas. Come on, man. This is embarrassing. There we go. Come on. My candy was good.
One more.
No. We got it. We got it. All right. I'll hang this off of here so you guys can feel like you guys are watching the Christmas episode. Hey, Merry Christmas!
There we go.
Merry Christmas, y'all. I used to dog these shits. My mom used to get so mad. She would put them up on a tree, come home, about 7 of them, the shit's missing. Like, who keep eating the candy cane? It's me and my little sister. We dogging them shits up. We got Chris back in the building. Chris is over here. Snap. If you hear that, the snap, do it again. If you hear that, it's because Chris is taking shots. He's no longer needing to crawl under the shit. We got everything.
We told him don't do that.
Yeah, no, he's doing good. I would ask you if you got into anything, but I'm pretty sure you didn't do anything this weekend.
No, I didn't do shit. Just work.
I don't like that. Like in every aspect of my life creatively, I have to be the person that's providing the being outside entertainment.
Yes.
I really wish that I could find someone to balance this out. And we did put up a post about adding a co-host up here for these segments. And I think we met someone. We will be doing something with them soon.
Does she be outside?
She'd be outside a little bit. So I feel like now I got somebody that I can kind of like have that outside moments with and not just look like the thirsty dude sitting at the bar and talking to women at 2:00 in the morning. It's really bad. I got to go talk to somebody.
You single?
Yeah, but that's no longer the excuse. It's not even about single. If I'm that tired today, I could have just said, yo, it's time to go home at 9:00. Like, and I got the new illegal fire stick. Yo, salute. I don't know if I should be saying that, but fuck it, we already here. I got every movie I could want, every sports channel. I should be able to go home and be comfortable.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. I would be out with you half the week if I didn't have my daughter full time. Not as many days as you go out, because you be out. I would be out with you at least half the time, maybe if I was invited. If I was just me.
All right, now let me ask you another question. If you were out with me as much as I'm out, how much money do you think we would spend? Because I realize when I'm out by myself, I don't really spend a lot. I don't. And then the places that I go to, like, they know me, so they show love. Like if I buy a wine, they usually don't charge me for one wine. But
I'm a spender.
And that's my problem. Yeah. People like you, I couldn't go out with because you
could tell how
you like to spend. And I do think that the women that we would end up talking to, they would get both of us to spend. Because if you're going to spend it, and I have to spend it, and then we just both doing stupid shit. So yeah, I don't think we need to go out.
We're dangerous.
Yeah, it's cool. I would say, have you been paying attention to any of the top? Are you going to do that now, moving forward? Now that you know that there's certain things going on,
I've been thinking about it. Like,
is it possible we can do this where I give you a list of things that we're going to possibly talk
about? Yeah. See, if I know ahead of time, 100%. But just me knowing, nah.
So bad.
Nah.
Well, I do know that you're totally aware of Jake Paul getting knocked the fuck out.
I am.
Now
that I watched, kind of.
How do you didn't watch the whole fight?
Nah, I was watching someone's IG live. Biz, shout out to Biscuit, my guy. I was watching his live. He was streaming it, so I kind of ripped it a little bit. That was it.
Okay, all right. Well, I watched it, and thankfully, I had the illegal Fire Stick that provided it for free. But I mean, it was on Netflix, and I got rid of all my subscriptions. I got rid of HBO Max. I got rid of all that. This little Fire Stick got everything. I really shouldn't be talking about it this much. I feel like I'm putting a target on my back.
First time ever get one?
Yeah. No, it's not. It's not. So I had one before, and it was cool. It provided what it needed to provide. But this one here, oh, buddy. And they got all the porn. Like, they got porn.
All of them?
What? They got porn on there, too. Like, that's the other part. If I knew that they had porn, like, I could have went home and gooned. I didn't have to be out all night. Like, I could have done, like, the new age gooning. Like, old age gooning was like you was a goon, you was outside, and you was really on your ski mask. I see what's going on. Today, being a gooner is different.
Why?
Because gooning today means something different. I guess you were like a serial beater offer, a masturbator. Can you say that on? I don't know, but
we'll find out.
Yeah. So I'm gonna stay home and enjoy the Fire Stick, not just for the gooning aspect. I'm gonna enjoy it for all the plethora of shows and movies and all those things that I can watch now. But with all that being said, the Jake Paul fight, and I gotta stop saying the Jake Paul fight, the Anthony Joshua and Jake Paul fight, because we forget that even while we were all watching to see if Jake Paul was gonna get knocked out, it's a very respected boxer that was on the other side of the ring. And he showed that certain people you should leave alone. I think he did exactly what we thought Mike Tyson was going to do, but I don't know why we thought that, because Mike Tyson is 60 plus and he really shouldn't be doing that at this point, especially with a young kid. I think Jake Paul does show flashes of being able to have some boxing skill, but that Anthony Joshua shit just really shown like you're just out of this. Is not.
Was this his first like official fight with someone that actually could?
No, he's had fights with official boxers. They're definitely not the level of Anthony Joshua, and Anthony Joshua is a heavyweight champion at some point. So this is not nobody that's just whatever. So Anthony Joshua fighting him for a lot of people was going to be like, what is Jake Paul doing? But for me at first, I was like, what is Anthony Joshua doing? Like, why are you even doing that? But of course, the money. Why would I? Yeah, you got to do it. So everyone thought that Anthony Joshua was going to walk in and just knock him out clean cut. I knew that wasn't going to happen from the jump. Any smart boxer knows that you don't go out there for the kill instantly. You want to read your fighter, no matter how weak you think he is. One punch can change a whole fucking fight, and I do think Jake Paul has enough boxing ability or power to hit you one time and possibly knock you out. But that wasn't the case. It looked like LeBron James was out there for a minute. There was a lot of flopping, a lot of falling on the floor for no reason. I even saw Jake Paul try to like fake like he got hit in the nuts just so he can get some like extra time to get himself together. But yeah, he no good cardio, no good nothing to really put up with Anthony Joshua and the professional that he is. That knockout looked really bad. Like broke his jaw. Like it's bad. I don't get me wrong. I like seeing a nice clean knockout. But I don't ever want to see somebody get knocked out and be like, "Oh shit, they might not wake up." So it was a horrible fight though, if I'm being honest. Yeah. No, before that it was like, all right, this is horrible. What are we watching? And I won't say so much on Anthony Joshua's part. I think he was just being patient, looking for his opening, and then once he realized, all right, this kid. First off, I felt his punch. I can take the punch, and he has no real leg work. He has no real actual skill to have to be in here with me. Let me lay his ass out. And that's exactly what he did. I think it was the 6th round. Laid him out. So it was a good knockout. I won't say it was a good fight. The fight was horrible. I would never rewatch that fight, but I will 100% rewind and watch the knockout. And I was really glad he got knocked out. He came out there with 6'9". Like, he walked out and had 6'9" rapping for him as entrance. Anthony Joshua had Freeway, salutes to Freeway. I thought that was dope.
What do you think about, now, because I think this is like, we're getting to like different levels, right? When, we're talking about social media stars and people that pop from social. What's your thoughts with that? I don't know if you've talked about that before, just like how wild it is. Because, man, I mean, no, that's where we're at.
That's where we create a new stars. I'm not mad at that. I don't care. Mm-hmm. And I don't care the fact that Jake Paul wants to box. Like, I think the same way how Logan Paul wants to wrestle, and he is wrestling, and he's like prime time now. So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And I think as long as he keeps working on his skill and keeps getting better, he should go box. I do think that you would now have to actually box boxers, though, if you want to be respected in that realm. All that other celebrity shit and fighting people like the Nate Robinson knockout, I never respected because I never thought that Nate Robinson was a boxer. I didn't think he needed to be in the ring. The Anderson Silva thing was respectable in a sense. He's still not a boxer, but and Anderson Silva was in a part of that card, ended up knocking out Tyron Woodley. Tyron Woodley, you keep promoting dude wipes on your boxing trunks, and this is your second time getting knocked out wearing those trunks. I don't think you should do any more sponsorship with dude wipes, bro. Like, I don't think that's the, like, you're getting laid out and your ass is in the air and then all we see is dude wipes. And maybe that's the plan.
Maybe. Hey, they say bad promo is still good promo.
I don't believe that. I know people like to say that. Any promo was good promo. No, it's not. It's not. Let me give you an example. If I put out a sex tape, I don't know why I always go to freak, but fuck it, we here. If I put out a sex tape, or if I don't put out a sex tape, and one of my sex tapes leak, and I got a baby dick for me, and I don't have a baby dick. I don't got that. My shit, nah. I don't think that's good promo. I don't care that everyone's talking about me. Oh, this week, trending #1 all week was Emanny's baby dick. I don't care. No, that's not good promo for me.
It's all good. No, it all depends on how you flip it.
How do you? Holy shit! All right, we off to an interesting start. But yeah, so the Jake Paul fight. How did you feel? How did you feel about him getting knocked out? Let me ask you a question, because for a lot of us black people, and I think I can speak for us and the Latinos, and we were happy to see him get knocked out, mainly because he's a troll, also because he came out there with 6'9", and then also He came out there in the Hulk Hogan colors, all triggers for us.
Mad triggers.
So we were mad. Like, we were like, all right, you got to get knocked out. If you don't get knocked out, this is like a travesty to black people everywhere. But you as a white man watching that, do you ever feel like that same level of like, please, oh God, he's so rated. I got to see. It was just like, oh.
I didn't even think anything racial at all to any of it.
That is.
Like, the fact that you say that is like.
Not even a part of it, right?
No.
That's that good. That's that good Caucasian. Like, that, you know what?
I'm just being honest.
In the words of the great Paul Mooney, when you have the complexion for the protection, who cares? Who cares about any of this other shit? I love that. But you know what? I envy that. I envy that you and other people, not just you, other races, they're allowed to not have to prioritize looking at things in that way. Like, you're able to just watch it for what it is. It does not become a racial statement. But for us, we like, that shit was like Obama getting elected.
Really?
What? When he got knocked out, you know what came to my mind?
What?
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. I know black people don't sing with it. It just felt good.
But okay, again, because I don't follow any of these people, right? Mm-hmm. Why did he ever make any racial remarks? Did he ever?
He has a little. I don't know him to have made racist remarks. He does hang around the raciest people, to my opinion. Then wearing the Hulk Hogan colors is a thing for us because we view Hulk Hogan as a racist. Then walking out with 6ix9ine. 6ix9ine is not the person black people champion. It just seemed like all the things that were aligned for that night. And then you're fighting a black guy, even though he's not from America, but he was a black American that night. Like, that was Nat Turner. That was that was Malcolm X was in the ring at that point. But yeah, he just has some undertones of. I don't want to put that on anyone, so I'm not going to put that on him. And he does. I don't have any knowledge of him speaking like that.
Yeah,
but yeah,
I never followed anything related with him, honestly, until he started getting into the world of boxing. That was the only time that he actually even went through my radar on my phone.
Complexion for the protection. I'm telling you.
I honestly don't even know how he got famous. Like, what did he do on you? I have no idea.
Because you're Italian.
Yeah.
So you're like dirty white.
Yeah.
You're not like white.
Nah.
You got it.
Little flavor.
Yeah, it's a little flavor. It's a little sass. Nah, it's garlic. He was gonna
say Sazone, but it's like, nah.
You got a little garlicky, like a garlicky thing to your race. All right, it's cool. Yeah, but cool fight. We got what we needed. I'm probably gonna go ahead and take that Jake Paul picture of him getting knocked out and
frame it.
And frame it and put it right next to Dave Chappelle skit where he shoots the slave master and all. Like, it's certain things that it seems like it just feel like it's gonna make the feng shui of the apartment look nice.
Is he gonna fight Canelo?
Who?
I saw that somewhere online. That I did see somewhere.
Well, he was supposed to fight Gervonta Davis before this, and then they canceled that. Yeah. And I'm glad they canceled that because I think Gervonta would have been like, all right, after 3 rounds, I ain't got time to be here. Let me lay this little
end it.
Yeah. I don't want to see. I'm not anticipating who he's going to fight next because he's not a reputable boxer, and I love the sport of boxing. So I want to see him get better and fight people within his, realm, and work up to it. But I don't care who he fights next. I think he should probably not fight again after that shit. I wouldn't want to fight again after getting my jaw broke like that. No, hell no. Hell no. I barely want to fight now. And
he's gonna though. Like
he might. And if he does, salute. And hopefully when he does get back out there, he looks better. He did say that, he didn't really work out to his best degree and prepare for the person that was across from him. And, Anthony Joshua, whether he slowed up, he's 36 years old, but he's still a powerful 36. He still has all the skill in the world mentally. So I wouldn't play around with nobody like that. And chicks, you know what's funny? A lot of chicks, they was on Anthony Joshua. Like a lot of the girls, I think a lot of them, they don't really pay attention. Well, they don't pay attention to boxing. But this was worthy enough for them to tune in. And this was their first time. This is their first time seeing Anthony Joshua on screen like that. So I got a couple of texts like, "Oh my God, I ain't not horny. Shut your ass up." Like he don't even like you. Like that chicks. Ooh, look at my man. He don't know you.
Yeah.
So,
relax.
Yeah, relax. But salutes to them. Yeah, moving on from there. I have my list. Today's gonna be a really brief list because I'm not the person that wants to force having conversation about too much stuff, especially stuff that I really don't care about. But I do care a lot about this Tylil and Jordan Pauline situation that's going on. Are you familiar? Of course you're not.
No, put me on.
Well, if there's any of you, well, I'm pretty sure some of you guys aren't either. But Tylil is a streamer, really popular streamer. A lot of people, I don't even want to connect him to people. Let's just treat him for who he is. Very popular streamer. And he has a crew, I think they call the Clover House. And, they shoot content, do really well. He was accused by this Jordan Pauline, young lady who's also a streamer, young streamer.
Oh, I did hear.
See, you pay attention. He was also he was accused by her of essay, right? And anytime that accusation gets brought up, we're gonna have to take it seriously and be like, all right, what's going on? She had put out some statements about what she said took place that night, and at that point, Tylil, like any man, was forced to either respond or be quiet or take legal action. I think he did all three up until that point we started talking. And he went online and was really emotional and started crying. Like at the point where he's like, yo, this woman is lying. She's putting a really horrible thing on my name. He showed what he is saying is the proof that they had a consensual interaction. You can hear a video where he's taping, because he said at that point some of the interaction before he started taping was her like being erratic. So he wanted to tape, which is smart on his part, because it seems like what he did record did kind of lean to us feeling like it was consensual, because she started talking about, oh my God, I've never had a one night stand before, and how are you going to treat me after this, and this and this and this and that. It sounds like a girl that gave up the ass and now is probably regretting that she did it because of the reputation that can come with it. That does not mean you were forced to do something. And I don't want to say that that's what happened. I'm just telling you what people might take from it. But he brought up that evidence. He brought up also evidence of her like asking him for $2,000 and an extortion attempt, I guess. Some text messages of her, going back and forth. It was a lot. And I could give my personal take on it, which I'm here to do, but I want to be very careful about how I do it, because I don't want to trigger any woman who's actually been through this and whose voice has been like muted or feels like it's been minimized, because it's just easier to just walk past it. But I do think that with the evidence that was shown on both sides, I am leaning towards him being more credible in the situation. My opinion, the young lady does seem a little off in certain ways. She's had past videos where she said she was asexual. She's had past videos where she said, actually not even past. She said this recently. She said it right after Tylil put out his evidence. She said, and I quote, I don't even like black niggas. I like white niggas. Like I wouldn't even like literally, like this is word for, she's saying this as a response to her saying I wouldn't even have sex with this guy. That it was just really bad. And I want anyone who is moving in this nasty way to be held accountable. male, female. If you're walking around harming people, you should be held accountable. I don't care who you are. And we should be allowed to call it out and say that this is what we feel happens. If you're walking around also accusing people, we should be able to say that some of the things that you're saying don't sound accurate, especially when it's coinciding with your actions, and especially when like there's proof of you just, if we be honest, she's had enough proof out there. She's a liar. She's lied about a few things. She's lied about the car she purchased and put online. She's lied about being asexual. She's lied about, only liking white dudes. But then you got a past history of messing with black dudes or being on camera flirting with black dudes. It's just, we don't know what to believe. And I want to use logic in this. I don't want to go off of emotion. From what I'm seeing, it just doesn't look like she's telling the truth in this. I'm also willing that if at any point it's proven that I'm wrong in my assessment, I have no problem with walking it back, apologizing and saying, maybe sometimes we need to shut the fuck up. But I don't think this is a time where we need to shut the fuck up. And it goes back to the conversation that we had before about the Jason Derulo thing and other things. And I've never really shared publicly, but I won't get too crazy in it. But I've had something like this kind of occur in my life behind the scenes. And luckily enough for me, the young lady who was trying to make some type of accusation of like not feeling comfortable about what took place. Oh, I feel like this happened and I was, put in the back. Let me give you a brief story about kind of what happened. I was not dating, but I was messing with a young lady, and she lived kind of far away. Drivable far away though, not flying, drivable. And she would come to, this is when I lived in the Bronx. She would come to the Bronx, sometimes stay a night, whatever. But because she would often travel late, she would come with a homegirl. And the homegirl was also the thing of, all right, you might have some friends and link up, cool, right? And she would bring this homegirl. And the homegirl was like flirting on the low. And I was very clear with shorty I was messing with. Was like, yo, I'm letting you know, you and your friend can get popped. Like, don't get it wrong. Like, we can both agree that all three of us can enjoy a time. And she wasn't down for it, but she also was like, I mean, whatever happens between y'all happens between y'all. Long story short, something did happen between me and that girl. And her biggest thing was, I don't want my friend to know that we did something. Please, whatever you do, don't tell her. I don't want her to know. Boom, boom. We snuck around a couple more times after that. Cool. I was foul for that. I was. I should have just left the girl alone and not, do that. But at no point did I do anything legally or sexually wrong or anything like that. So at a certain point, somewhere down the line, it came out that we had messed around. Not through me, through them actually, having an argument, boom, boom, boom. And when the girl who I was cool with, when she called me to ask me if something happened, I was very honest. I said, listen, yes, something did happen a few times, but, I didn't want to draw a wedge between y'all in that way, even though naturally I did, but so I kept it a secret and I kept it to myself and whatever, boom, boom. And her thing was, well, I want you to know because I know your character. And even if I'm not happy about what happened, I know the type of guy you are. And she's trying to portray it like she felt like it was forced. And I was like, wait, what? And I was thrown off by what she could even be implying at that point. I'm like, what are you talking about? And she explained, she portrayed it to me like she felt like she was kind of like in a bad position. And let's just say she did feel like that. I can't sit here and say how a person felt, but that wouldn't make sense to me because it happened a bunch of times. Like pursued by her. It wasn't a thing where there was like a once occurrence. It was like premeditated. Like, yo, I want to see you. When am I seeing you again? So, at that moment, I had reached out to her and I blacked out. Like, yo, why would you do that? Why would you paint me like that? Like, even though, yes, the sexual stuff aside and just being, deviant in the sense of going behind your friend's back, that's fucked up. That's not even a question. That's wrong. But why would you paint me as that type of guy? Like, not just to your friend, but the potential that you might be telling other people that, who might look at me. Like, why would you do that? All because you don't want to be seen for the person that you really are. It's wrong. It's wrong. And I've heard too many stories of people painting other people in a really nasty negative light to spare them having to own up to who they really are as a person. If you a grimy person that moved behind your girl's back to fuck a nigga that she like, then that's you. Own that. Don't now try to paint that person as something as disgusting as a I can't say the word, but you guys know the word that starts with an R, and anything else. That to me is so horrible. And I think it goes unsaid sometimes, and a lot of men have a lot of fear in speaking this openly about being in these situations of having things like this happen. Men, aside from this, we have to move smarter. We have to be a little more picky about what we decide to entertain, how we decide to entertain it, because even though it's not right that to be painted in that light, you want to avoid the possibilities of that happening, period. So it's also a learning experience for me and for other men who's ever been spoken about in that way. But I also want this young man to know, and he's a young guy who's now money up, fame. I want him to know that there are people that believe him, that feel for him. And in a time where it's so easy to just dog on the guy and just have to feel like we have to take the woman's word, and we should in a lot of cases, there's also moments like this where we can see that something's not connecting here. And I don't want that man to feel left alone, especially when no matter whether it's true or not, this accusation will always be attached to his life. Always. They'll always remember this moment, which would then possibly leave the floodgates open for other people to now come up with instances. Oh my God. Like things like that hurt men in such a horrible way. Innocent men. The guilty niggas go to jail, lock you up. They need to cut your dick and balls off and feed it to the dogs. But for innocent men that go through this type of thing and you feel like you're not heard, you're going to always be painted as this person. You went however long in your life being perceived one way, to have one person to make a false accusation, to now paint your whole life another way. And now it doesn't just affect you. It affects your family. It affects your kids. It affects your mother, your father. It's just wrong. It's wrong. And I want people to consider that. I know it's a serious topic. I know you kind of quiet over it.
No, I just wanted you to get your shit off because it was important. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
You know what? I guess what I want to know, because it's very different. Also, as you become more successful and things like that, because people maybe just want to do it for money or whatever the reason is. You've been doing this for a while. You've been in the industry and working with a lot of people. Did you ever get any insight from anyone, any other men like that, maybe would act as like a mentor in that aspect, to be like, yo, when you're out here with these girls on tour, yo, do this, do that, ever, or no? Or did you ever have to like try to think about that shit yourself to be careful of false stuff coming up? Like, what was that like?
I did. There was a few people who might have said you need to be very selective about who you decide to entertain in that way. I didn't get people who were like, yo, don't do that, because it was just like, be honest, everybody that was on the road or experienced the road was experiencing the road to some degree. Not to say everyone was doing the same thing, but we all kind of knew what happened on the road, and it was almost damn near expected to some degree. It doesn't make it right. But you know what? No, I'll take that back. The last tour I did, and it was an actual tour when I went on a road with Joe and for the Rage and a Machine tour. He was very big on, don't get on the road and move. He was very big on that. Ian was very big on that. Key was very big on that. These are people who are attached to the Joe Budden podcast side. They were big on that. Parks moved very like strategic on the road. Like it was me. I was just bugging. I was just used to bugging because that was the world I came from. And maybe we need more of that. Maybe we need more of the men who have been through things and who have experienced, what they've experienced on the road to talk more about it. I know there's people who probably say you shouldn't have shared that story. For me, I feel like I want to share it because I want people to know these things are happening. And it messed me up for a while. Like, it really messed me up. I'm not going to lie to you. It was something that, to hear my name put in that light, something that I had no idea could even be attached to my name. It really messed me up. And I don't like to walk around saying I hate people. But that young lady, the minute that I put her in my hate box. Like, why? Do you know what that's going to do to me? Like, sex aside, all that other stuff. I've never put you in a world where you felt like you could not be protected by me. Like, and yes, the things that we did together was shady. It was shady, in the sense of keeping it from her. But I would never harm a woman in that way. Now I've broken some hearts. I've messed up some friendships over just getting in between them. But force, coerce, no. I stand strong on that. No. And when you see other men do it, I want to, for men like me who are that type of man who would never be disgusting in that way, I want us to say it loud, get the support, not just from men, but from other women as well, and say it proudly. And that's not even, to be honest, that's not even something to be proud of. Like, that's human. That's just being a good human. I would never want to hurt anyone in that way. And when I saw that man get on that camera and get his emotions off, that's what I felt from him. Now, I don't know how good of an actor he could be because we never know. You just never know a person. So I'm not going to sit here and say that I know exactly what he feels and if he's 100%. But I saw that and I felt for him. And I guess that's why I'm reacting so strongly in that way, is because it's close to home. It's also close to home on other realms because I know women that I love who have actually been abused in that way. It's a slap in the face to them to play around with those type of accusations.
And it's wild too for someone, too, like when deep in your soul, that you're a good person, and then shit like that comes out, it just hits you from like fucking bag of bricks.
Yeah.
Because you weren't even thinking that, and then someone does that. I mean, at the end of the day, man, I just think, you never know somebody, you don't know.
Me having sex with a girl that I was messing with friend doesn't make me an abuser. Does it make me a bad friend? Maybe. Does it make me a bad dater? Yes. All the other stuff. But an abuser, anything? No. So this guy possibly, and I'm saying possibly because we don't know the facts, but this guy possibly having sex with this young lady consensually and her maybe regretting it after or feeling like, damn, now I'm be looked at a certain way, that does not make this man an abuser. And I want to be able to say that and not have to get pushback from it because that's the fact. You don't get to do something in that moment. Enjoy it for that moment. And then a day later say, you know what, I wish I didn't do that. You know what, he forced me. No. And if there's people out there that feel like you can do that, fuck you. I don't agree with that. You ruin people's lives because at some point you regretting what you did does not mean that the person went ahead and abused you or caused harm to you. You know how many times I regretted doing something in life, but I didn't look back at the person that I did it with as a bad person. Shit. It's just, it's wrong. And I really get passionate about it because, like I said, I have that moment to share, but like I have women in my life who have been through things.
Yeah, it's a huge discredit to anyone that's really been through shit.
I want women to always be heard and be able to be taken seriously about these things and these moments. And I want men who act in that way to be hung from the gallows, like do whatever the fuck we need to do to get men like that off the street. I'm also not one of the people that believe in, which jail on some. No, let me repeat, some of you niggas need to go to jail. Some of y'all need to go and get the fuck off the street and stop causing harm to people the way that you're doing. But nah, we can move on from that because I'll talk about this all day.
It's important though, man. It's real shit. And a lot of people don't talk from that side, even just from like the man's perspective.
I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of people that are going to disagree with how I'm going about this. I'm sorry if I'm offending you. I'm sorry if you don't hear what I'm saying as being compassionate for the other party. Maybe I'm not. Maybe the reason why I'm speaking this way is because of me telling that past story. But it's just how I feel. And from what I've heard from her, from what I've heard from him thus far, I'm leaning. My emotions is leaning more on that side. And this is not a topic that I should balance out logic and emotions at this moment, but I'm just way too emotional. So we'll move on from it. Damn, I'm going back to back on topics that I might get killed over.
Well, what's next?
Nicki Minaj. Nicki Minaj is a topic that's very sensitive to talk about too. Because she got the barbs, and they will fry you up. They will find where you live. They'll do all that. Like, I don't play with the barbs, but I think there's going to be a moment where the barbs might chop me down.
Like I said, man, a little bad promo sometimes, you know?
This is past bad. This is like, you might need to move. But we're going to take a chance. And here at the All Eyes on E podcast, we're all about taking chances now. I got to take the chances.
Do it.
So, Nicki Minaj recently was at a Turning Point rally. Turning Point is the organization that was started by Charlie Kirk, who's now deceased and was assassinated. But she was up on the panel speaking with his widow, Erica Kirk. And in the past, I've always given exception or tried to give some more understanding to Nicki Minaj and maybe the pressures that she's been through in the industry and how she might come across and how sometimes it can be misconstrued. But this was enough for me. It was hard to watch her up there and feel like she was capping and cooning for the white folk. Like, she went up there talking about how handsome Donald Trump was and, her political beliefs as far as whatever they can be. But it's just a far cry from who I think a lot of people would want Nicki Minaj.
Has she ever done anything like this in the political?
I mean, she's disliked Gavin Newsom in the past and some tweets. I mean, I don't care about that. But with someone as polarizing as Donald Trump, to hear you go up there and do all that, it was hard to hear. She had some hard stance that she made on even like the LGBT in a sense. Well, on transgender boys, and even like her comments are like a boy is a boy, and I don't think that she's wrong in her thought and what she's saying, because you're allowed to feel what you feel, but how you vocalize it, especially for a fan base and how wide of a fan base she has. Her fan base is huge. A lot of it is, if we be honest, I went to the show. There's a lot of gay men in that crowd, and gay and transgender isn't equivalent. But I would like to assume that there's a lot of transgender men, women in that crowd who look to Nicki Minaj as inspiration and as freedom, especially someone who's been really creatively as free as she's been. And she's built her barbs up in a certain way where, yeah, like they come defend their queen, to then watch your queen go on the Turning Point rally and speak the way you speak. It was disappointing. I don't think we have to put her in a box and think that she's not allowed to get behind Trump if she wants to, or get behind the Republican Party. You know, do whatever you want to do. But if we being honest, the past year or so, we've been seeing a lot of erratic stuff happening with Nicki Minaj. We just have to be honest about it. And like I said, I shot a little bail about it before, but patterns are patterns. You start to see the patterns. You gotta be honest about it. And even when I say the capping and cooning, that's me entertaining. That can come off as disrespectful. So if that's disrespectful, I'll run that back. Because like I said, I want to be able to also offer my opinion without disrespecting you as a person. So it was disheartening. And the disheartening part is because people love her. I love everything that she's done. I don't know her, so I don't love her, but I love everything that she's done within this space. Not just as a rapper or artist, just as a female, a black female within the music space, the entertainment space, the fan base that she's been able to build, the catalog. Like, she's done some great shit. And to hear that you align in that way, it threw me off a little bit.
Who'd be hiring some of these PR teams?
I don't think these people have PR. And if they do, I think the PR at this point is just like, listen, it's just a check. I don't even.
So they're just letting them.
I don't know. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, if I had a PR, and I probably should get a PR, but if I had a PR, I'm pretty sure there's just certain things they're going to say, do. And I'm like, no, I shouldn't probably. But, and I don't think everybody's always right. Don't get me wrong. PR be on point, but I don't think they always handle things in the right way. So she might feel like, yo, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm leaning. This is where I want to build my new base. I want to come to the Trump side of things and see how things are shaking over here. And she has every right to do what she wants. It's just.
And I do think a lot of her demo be going to them, and very that Gen Z too is like very into politics and politics. I mean, like they're all into that.
Yeah. But Gen Z has two sides.
Exactly.
Of the fence. It's not like us. Like our generation, we had that generation where you go over to your Nana house and Nana sometimes says some old racist shit. It's like, all right, man, that's just Nana. It's like we still love Nana. The kids of this era, they don't do so well with your politics not aligning with the front. Like, they'll cut you off. Yeah. Like, your daddy is a Trump. I'm not coming over there ever again. Like, that's where they stand today. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that goes over well with this generation. I think this generation is very easy to pick sides.
Supposedly, though, they're getting better with that. My daughter, very Gen Z, she's saying they're trying to cancel less.
I guess.
Supposedly.
And to be very honest with you, when we talk about the cancel, no one has ever really been totally canceled. Like, even the people that we talk about, like, they might be canceled in a sense of how we view them, but outside of Kevin Spacey, everybody else still works. And I mean, if they ain't lock R. Kelly up, I'm pretty sure he would still be able to throw a show and somebody gonna go to it. Now, he might not be able to pack it out like he used to, but I don't think he does no longer have, like, he doesn't have to not have a career, which I'm not speaking for or against, but yeah, Gen Z don't do too well with, you get to go ahead and align with people that we feel are racist, and then we still gonna support you and separate that. Like, nah, they ain't playing that shit at all.
Or do you think maybe she really, really believes in whatever she said, and thinks that she could turn because she has such of a fan base?
I don't know. That there's a level of narcissism that I think most artists have, that they think that they can.
That's what I'm saying.
Like that.
Like she thinks if I actually
her level of success, she maybe could be at that point. I don't want to say yes or no. Do I think so? I do think that she feels like she can control whatever narrative that she needs to control. And a lot of that is, a lot of artists that get to that point, and it's sad to say, they create this very nasty God-like complex, and no one could ever tell them anything other than what they believe, and everybody needs to align with it because, look, I'm successful. Look how far I got. How could I be wrong?
Or so many things, when they say yes, everyone just does it.
Yeah.
So they think that when that happens.
Yeah. It could be possible. I don't want to put that on someone that I don't personally know. But like we said, patterns are patterns. I don't know. I don't know. There could be a world where she believes that she can turn her barbs into Barbara Bushes. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I don't know. It's, if that's where they're going, that's where they're going to go. Some people don't care. Some people will be like, well, I don't care. It's Nicki Minaj. I love her no matter what. Fine. If that's what you believe in, follow it. Just for me as a supporter of what I've seen her do. And like I said, I wasn't really a big listener of the music like that. But when I went to that show and I saw the effect that she has on her fan base and how many people came there to see her, and it felt like a community of people in there that all knew each other. It didn't feel like people just going to see it. Like when I went to the Brandy and Monica show, packed, amazing.
Not like that.
But everybody in there didn't feel like family. It's just like, we just come to see a show. Don't talk to me. When I went to that Nicki Minaj show, everyone in there felt like when the song come on, we all looking at each other. We dancing with each other. I'm going to sing to you. Like, it felt like a family reunion in there. That level of power is something that most people.
So that's why I think about that.
Yeah.
So that's why I think, like, if she's thinking, yo, if I say my message, y'all are just going to.
I don't know. Believe in whatever you want to believe in. I'm just telling you how it made me feel. Who am I? You don't give a fuck. Hopefully this didn't come off as disrespectful to you as a person, your brand. Do what you want. Do what you want.
In music, has that ever happened where someone in music, or maybe even entertainment, maybe not just music, shifted at one point into politics and shifted or brought a fan base into anything?
I don't know. I can't think of that. I can't think of that. I mean, I've seen the shift happen. I don't know if the whole fan base shifted with them. I mean, Kanye's done it. We had him go from being the guy on TV saying George Bush doesn't care about black people to then wearing a red MAGA hat. Like, you would never. And funny enough, being that vocal does coincide. The fact that you're willing to say whatever, whenever, it lines up, but just the message doesn't line up. Like, you know what I'm saying? So we've seen it before, as far as it being effective to like transfer a whole fan base into believing one,
or a lot, or good, or
I don't know. I don't think people will adapt. When we talk about people that we really love in that way, and I always chant, I'm Michael Jackson out. I'm Michael Jackson to the depths. But I'm not Michael Jackson to the depths so much that if some of the stuff that was accused, whatever, that I would still be like, oh, it's still Mike. No, like, if some of that stuff ever were to be factually true, like, fuck him. If he came out one day and was like, oh, everyone, we should love Donald Trump. Fuck you. No, I don't love anyone that much to where you can now infect.
But also, you're saying that as a grown man. Sometimes these fan bases are kids.
When it first was being said, I was saying that then, and that was me as a young adult, even teenager. Like, no, I'm not supporting none of that. No, I can't. I don't know. Maybe the Donald Trump thing, I do think if if he came out and said, guys, I don't get into politics, but he's a friend of mine, I would be disappointed. But I probably wouldn't stop playing the music. Let me take that back.
I'm young, impressionable. A lot of these we forget. Yeah. We're getting older, and man, some of these, the biggest fans of some of these artists are 16, 15 to early 20s.
Yeah. This statement isn't for me to tell anybody on that side to like jump ship and be like, fuck her at all. I don't think you have to do anything like that. But I do think when you love people that much, and if you don't align with what they're saying, hold them accountable. The same way how you can get on the forums and blow people's house addresses up and all this other shit, you can also go in there and tell your favorite artist, yo, I think you're wrong and you're disappointing me and I want you to do better. I don't think that's hold the people you love accountable. If you really love that person. Now, if you're a fan and it's just fandom and it's just you, whatever, then I do whatever fuck you. I don't care. Let's move on from that, because I think now the comments have turned from you motherfucker to
going all different ways
to we will kill you if you keep talking about Nicki Minaj. I don't want no beef with none of it. I swear. Like in my media career thus far, I've talked about Beyonce, I've talked about Sade, I've talked about Nicki Minaj. And every time I've done it,
they kill you?
What? When I said that comment about Beyonce and how I had her not at my top 5 performers of all time, I had a 6.
Oh yeah, and they made sure to make that into a clip. That was on my algorithm every second.
Man, I had people. Do you know that they took a picture that I posted of my mom at the funeral, and they posted it? And they said we will dig her up out of the grave.
No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
They didn't.
I promise you they did that. That's how sick these people are. All because I said she's number 6 on my greatest performers of all time list. They went and found
that should show you right there how some of these people will shift one way or another just based on
That's not shifting. That's sick. You need help.
That is insane.
And sometimes us as artists, we have a responsibility to know that some of the people that think that they love us, no, they're just sick. Yeah. And they're looking to identify with any type of movement that they can identify with. It's not really about the artist. It's more about what they feel like they need in their life. So yeah, I've experienced that. I've experienced, it's one thing if I judge Sade's vocal ability and someone says, nigga, how dare you, nigga? You sound like shit. Cool. But if I say that and you go threaten my life, or you go ahead and say I'm gonna burn your house down, or that's sick. You have a problem. And I don't want that type of support. I wouldn't even allow my supporters to think that that's cool. And that's another thing that we need to hold artists of that level to. Like, hold your supporters or your fans accountable when they start doing stupid shit as well. It's not cool. Moving on from that. There's a new saying going around. I'm not sure if you heard it. I know you guys probably have heard it, but I feel like now I do this podcast just to tell Joe stuff.
Just tell me what's going on.
This should be called the education of Joe. Fuck the streets.
Fuck the streets. Why?
That is the new saying. 21 Savage did a interview with Big Bank. Big Bank has been on a roll doing some great interviews. But his statement was, fuck the streets. And, I don't want to get into what he said after that, the whole meaning of it. You can just take from what you want to take from it. I don't think it's a bad statement to make. I just wonder why it's being made right now. And it was kind of like in response to like, the Young Thug and Gunna thing. And, Young Thug, you don't mess with Gunna no more because he allegedly or apparently he ratted on you. But you guys still love each other, man. Fuck the streets, man. Get back together, man. Make that shit work. Boom, 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 boom. That wasn't the message with anybody else at any other time. I think it's convenient to say that because it feels like maybe Gunna might need Young Thug to some degree musically. So it's convenient, like, nah, man, let's piece this thing. And it wasn't that bad. It's like, nah, but if we go off of what y'all think the rules is, A rat's a rat and this and that. So if you're saying that that's the case, then we get rid of all that. So we get rid of that for everybody. Anything from the past that could have been deemed as street, now everybody, it's like when Drea said she changed the whole facts and like she deleted all her bodies. Like, all right, so we do that with, when it comes to the street joint, do we do that with everything else before this? Like, we're going to forgive every aspect that lined up with street culture or whatever. I don't know. And I don't really have a take. I have more questions on what this means and why is it being said. The timing, the people who are saying it, the people who are getting behind it, the people who aren't getting behind it. I'm more interested in that than the actual statement. I'm not a street dude, so I don't align with anything that niggas is doing. Like, I've done street-ish stuff, but I've never considered myself a street dude. So if we're saying fuck the street, I would like to say fuck crime.
See, when you first said it, again, I haven't heard anything, but that's what I kind of thought was just like that, you know? Like
yeah.
The bullshit?
I would much rather that be said. Like, yo, fuck crime. Like let's start there. You know, I don't know. There's certain street things that I appreciate. There's certain lessons I got from the street. Yeah. Certain things that were passed on to me that are part of street culture that I still practice today that have saved me. I've gotten a lot of my knowledge from just being street savvy. So I don't know if I want to say fuck the streets.
Well, you thinking deep into it.
But I mean, when you say these things and you don't really give context or full context, or you maybe have a hidden agenda behind it, then it gets lost in the sauce. Then you have people who shouldn't be breaking this shit down, breaking it down, and now turning it into a different conversation. I'm never going to have a deeper conversation about somebody saying fuck crime. Yeah, you're right. Fuck crime. Let's live legal. Let's how about that? Let's live legal, like legal. Let's move in that manner. Anything else to me is just I don't know, man. The older I get, man, I just want to move somewhere quiet and not have to even entertain some of this stuff. Like I told y'all, I really hate. No, I don't. Let me stop saying that because I do enjoy doing this job. But a lot of stuff that I don't really care about, I really don't really have to talk to y'all about, and I really don't want to have to do it. But algorithm, and I do want to get rich.
Exactly.
So I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do.
And I think you enjoy a little bit of it. You enjoy the tea.
I enjoyed the tea, and I enjoy talking about it with my friends and people behind the scenes. But I do also think that as someone who's never enjoyed strangers assuming about me, to now have a job where I do the same about strangers, it's an interesting conflict to have, you know, and trying to wiggle your way through it and try to figure out a very respectful way to do it. It's hard. It's hard. And as a content creator now, I don't even like calling myself a content creator neither. I don't know what
entertainer.
Entertainer. I lean into as an entertainer, to find a way to have these conversations in an entertaining way while not being disrespectful. There's a space where you can do that, but you know, people want to hear you say certain words and they want to get certain triggers, so it's kind of hard to find a balance sometimes.
I think it works because, you know, you've also, again, you've been in the industry around, you know, working with different people and all that fun stuff, but you also could speak to the regular people, right? Mm-hmm. And I think that's kind of like the difference. Like,
you know what I realized too? And let's move away from this conversation. I really, really have had a problem with wanting the respect and the cachet that comes with not being regular, but then also wanting to move and still be regular. Like it's been a conflict for a long time. And after speaking to a lot of people, they did say you need to change your mindset in a certain way.
How so?
You're not regular. Nothing about your life is regular. You don't do anything regular. And you continuously trying to push off regular is like leaving you stagnated. Like it's not allowing you to grow to your actual full potential of who you are. You're not a regular dude. Like, you know, I need to find a way to either make that balance a reality to where people can respect it, or one or the other got to go?
I think a balance for you. You know, I definitely think a balance.
Like I never want to get to a point where I can't be so regular to where like I lose sense of like just reality and the things that make the normal day-to-day person, you know, feel recognized and existent and stuff like that. But if I'm growing and my experiences are no longer regular, then how can I speak to that today? And everything I'm living off of is past experience. I don't know. It's a conversation that I've had with people that I love, and they're like, "Yo, you gotta stop. Like, you're not regular, dude." And you allow people to think that that's the case, and a lot of that is because you want to touch the people in that way, and you want them to receive you in that way. But there's a way to do that while still not being regular, and I don't know. I don't know. So it's fun figuring out though. I'm having a good time figuring it out. You know, as much as I come up here and I divulge and I seem like I'm getting emotional about certain things, I do enjoy this job that I have. And I always say, like, I would never give this up, you know, to go do something else that I really wasn't into and passionate about. So it's a process. It's a headache sometimes, but overall, I'm living out my dream. Like, niggas can't tell me nothing about living out a dream. If anybody knows something about living out a dream, is, and not even at the highest degree, because I'm still working towards whatever that high. I know I'm not at my ceiling. I know that for sure. But so far, where I've been at, you know how many people told me I wasn't going to do nothing? And I know to a lot of other people, they may, you ain't doing it. To me, this is something. To a lot of other people who tried to get into entertainment, this is something. A lot of people would like to switch slots. Even if this slot isn't the most appealing or the most profitable slot, they would love to be able to say, yo, at least I'm doing that. So, yeah. And, you know, for the people that are tuning on YouTube to this, salute. But then there's people on Patreon watching this who are paying us to see this. There's a lot of people that can't get anyone to pay to see them to do anything. I'm grateful for that.
Or even to watch more than 5 seconds.
Yeah. If you got to this point, then you watched enough of this episode, and it makes all the sense in the world to me. So, yeah, man. Yeah, fuck crime, live legal. I'm running with those statements. Street business, I handle street business. I ain't got nothing to do with that. Outside of some street chicks, little hookers or something. I had a conversation with my friend yesterday. I think he's actually coming today. I would love to have this conversation with him, but he showed me a site, like a hooker site. Yo.
Wait, you don't know about those?
No. This site, it was some, like I almost thought. Like,
almost click purchase?
No. And it wasn't a lot.
Yeah, they don't be a lot.
Would you purchase?
Would I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I never did, but I feel like there's certain things in life that I feel like I want to do. That's on one of the lists. But I don't want to pay for the cheap joint. Like I don't want to pay the $250 or the $40 and leave it. Like I want to cop some like some $5,000 coochie.
Oh, nah.
No. Because I want. Come on, go big or go home. Nah. So you want the $40?
Well, maybe I'm just scarred.
We're gonna learn a lot. Yo, we're gonna learn a lot about this, man. I'm telling you, we're gonna at some point. That's what we're gonna do. We're gonna have an episode where I sit on that side, and it's going to be all eyes on Joe.
It's going to be an interrogation.
And we're going to allow...
Where did the $50,000 go?
Yo, in the comments, post some questions that you might want me to ask Joe, because you know nothing about him at this point. Post some questions. We'll ask him, and we'll dig deeper into who this man might be. He might be El Chapo. We don't know.
You don't know.
He might, yeah. All right. Anything else before we get up out of here? I feel like we've talked about enough. I don't want to force any other topics and all that. All the Dr. Cheyenne Bryan and Ice Spice and all the other stuff and what people wearing and what other things is going on. I don't care. It's not that appealing to me. When our female co-hosts, and we're gonna see how it goes, because let's just say we got a bad first episode, we getting rid of her.
Straight up.
But no, when she gets here, we'll leave some of that topics because I want a female voice to be heard, a female perspective to be heard, see if it matches up with ours. I'm looking forward to our first argument. Not argument, like debate. Like real debate. I'm looking forward to that more than anything. Like, what are we going to debate about and how good is that going to work? Because that's going to be the real test of how this can work. So, I think that'll be the next episode of the podcast. Will actually be with the young lady that we're going to be talking to. It's not Sasha. It's not Melissa Ford. It's not all the other people that you tagged in the titles thinking. No, it's not those people. So you can just stop thinking that. Stop prepping for anything like that. It's not anyone that you guys would know off rip. It's totally new face, great perspective, great person, super cool. I'm looking forward to it. So tune in next time for that.
It's not going to be one of the new hosts from Hot 97?
We should have talked about that. Let's talk about it real quick. Who the fuck are they? Who are those people?
Is it real?
I don't know. They on the website. I guess they're going to be doing something.
They didn't say that they're going to be the morning show.
And that's what I think the kicker is. I think that they're announcing that as new add-ons for different things. But I don't think those are the morning show hosts, no. Yo, they could have gave me that. Like, listen, at this point, y'all just playing.
It's going to be E.
Yeah, like, come on. I'd have did that. And I'd have did it for the cheap, too. Like, just let me show and prove. No, I wouldn't have did it for the cheap. See, that's me being regular again. No, I'd have charged. But come on.
Because you're going to have to wake up early. You like me, you a night owl?
Yeah, I got to change my whole sleep pattern. But that's okay, though. That's okay.
For the right number.
For the right number, you make it happen. Salutes to them. Also, I don't want to joke. Those are 3 black young individuals who are now given an opportunity to show that they can do something. So we don't, we joking, and it's because New York and our reputation and what we deem to be who should be at that morning slot. But salute to them. And they might go over there and kill, and then a couple of months later, we like, damn, we were bugging, but the motherfuckers is funny. So salute to them, and I hope they have a great time over there, Hot 97. And we also do say that we want younger voices, and then now when they give us younger voices or younger looking people, but one of them dudes ain't look too young. That nigga had on like an old school nasty rugby like, yo, now I'm getting triggered again. Just salute to y'all.
Anyone you want to see up there? Now that you've had time to sit with it a little bit.
I mean, there's a lot of people I would have liked to see up there. I would have loved to seen Joe up there.
Yeah, there was rumors of that.
I would love to see that. I would love to see Rory and Maul. I would like to see that too. I'd like to see I like Damaris that's over there with them. I like if Desus and Mero was still together, I would have liked to see that. Or one of them, one of the two. I would like to see one of them. It's a few people. It's not a very extensive list.
Is there anyone else that's not potting that they could?
I mean, there's a bunch of comedians, a bunch of different characters that Michael Che from Saturday Night Live. I know that's not maybe the ideal thing, but it's a New Yorker, black, funny, understands so many different aspects of entertainment and world and politics. He's already seasoned in what he's doing. Like, I'm not against that. And I'm also not against, like, there's some white names. Like, it's not me saying like, oh, gotta be somebody black, even though it's Hot 97, you want to feel like you get into the culture, but it's a lot of people who've been putting some work down, who are from New York, who already have the experience in media, who I think would do really good at that job. I think they had good people up there before that, like Scotty Beam is really dope. When Marissa was there, she's dope. Like, if they would have trained some of that talent, Mouse Jones, is like train some of that talent to take over that slot, then yeah, we have people, valuable people that I think could go up there and do some shit. But I don't know. I also don't like when they give the jobs away to people that already had a slot somewhere else. Like, it's just like they like musical chairs type shit. I don't like that. Like, give somebody new with the opportunity. But you know, I'd have loved if Joe would have got it, and he'd be like, "Yeah, all right, I got a couple of you niggas coming up once in a while." What?
Yeah, he would kill that.
Yeah, but they still ain't gonna put me on the billboard though. It ain't gonna matter. Yo, the new Joe Budden, I like this ever show with
Nope. Guess you gotta work harder, right?
Gotta work harder. You gotta work hard. You want to get on them billboards. That's all right. I got something for them.
We do billboards with Jersey Media.
I got something for them. I got something for y'all. Leave me off for something else. I'm joking. Because they're going to take this serious. No, I'm joking. Yeah, man. Good day, Joe. I know everybody's like, oh, Joe. For those just tuning in, it's not Joe, it's Joe F. I have to keep repeating that until we get into like episode 70-something and you guys already figured it out. Yeah, man. Good day. I'm going to go ahead and go open up the Fire Stick and go relax. I am going out tonight.
He's going to be at his spot. Yeah, see? He's going to see?
Girls love karaoke tonight. I got to go. I got to go. Come on.
Will you still go when you're in a relationship? You got a network.
Not today, no. No. Back then, I would have said yeah, and I'm like, yo, I have to do it today. No. There will be moments where I will have to do those things to network in that way, but at this point, I've been there enough to where it ain't much more networking. So I wouldn't want my lady to feel like she has to accept that, yo, you going to the same fucking place all the time is not networking. Especially if you go in there and wasting money. Like, what are you getting from it? So, no, like, I go there just purely out of support and out of just fucking with the people who are a part of it and liking the environment. And, they, you know, good people. I have a lot of people over there that work for the event that go there that I really rock with. Like, salutes to AG, salutes to Maddie, salutes to Nee, salutes to my boy Al. I walk in there, see Mr. Commodore chilling, see Major Galore, see all the people that I like within the space. Yeah, I like going there and feeling like we all in one space enjoying our time. And it's a joint that...
Yeah, you got to tell some of them pull up to a Vibe Exchange.
We are doing another Vibe Exchange event. I know we kind of took some time to get to the next event for whatever reasons. I don't got to explain that to y'all. But we will be having another event, live music event that you guys are going to love. If you went to the first one, everyone loved and enjoyed it. The second one will be 10 times better. I'm gonna wear something that fits so that my stomach isn't poking out of the white shirt.
I heard you going to the gym though. Heard you're back.
I went to the gym, and the gym is like I'm gonna be honest with you. I just want to get fat now.
You're not trying to get fit.
I thought about it, and I'm like, if I ain't get fit, I'm lying. I should still get fit, but I'm lazy.
You can't let Flip get fit before you.
I mean, I could though. I could, and then now I gotta have I'll be honest with you. Girls say they like the little.
Oh, they like it.
The little chicharrones.
Yeah, they like it.
And it's taking me a while to get it. Like I was 140 soaking wet for most of my life. So to be like 195 now it's a thing for me. It ain't stopped. I think I'm getting more compliments now than I did when I was in shape.
Oh yeah. I'm the cuddle king.
Yeah. That's the other thing. They said they like the cuddle.
Oh,
they said, you know, before it used to be we was going nut the butt. Now it's like gut the butt. It ain't the same. It ain't what it used to be, but it's cool. I enjoy the weight. I just know that I definitely, even if I do put on some weight, the eating better has to be a thing, and I've definitely slacked a little bit on that. I was doing pretty good after the whole, diagnosis and all that, you would think cancer or something like that would snap you back on point. And it did in a lot of ways. And in some ways, I just started back. I haven't been on my Coca-Cola shit like I used to be. So, I mean, I guess it helped in one aspect. But we're working on it, man. We all work in progress. Thank you guys for tuning in. Subscribe, like, follow, leave comments, do all that other stuff. Head over to Patreon. We have a lot of dope stuff over there. And yeah, we're looking forward. Merry Christmas. I'm going to eat these 2 candy canes in tradition of my mom. And yeah, have a good time for Christmas, Joe. If I don't see you before then, New Year's.
You as well.
You got somebody to kiss at New Year's? You got to do the whole little
No,
thing.
I don't. Remember, man, I'm a single dad, bro. Single full-time dad. I'm be with my daughter. That's the only time I allow her to drink. I get some champagne. We do a little toast.
That's cool.
And that's
cool.
Yeah, I keep this. I've been in the house now last like 3 years doing with her, like just doing those New Year's.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do this year. I don't have no plans. I'm definitely not kissing nobody at no ball drop. That ain't happening. But the ball's gonna drop though. Yo, tune into the next episode. Thank you for supporting, and we out. Peace.